All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. I'm Scott Shellady, otherwise known as the Cow Guy. Thank you very much for tuning us in. If you've been here all day, that's even better. Let's see about the markets, though. It's been kind of one of those days. The market's not liking the idea of maybe higher interest rates. Let's take a look and see what corn looks like. It's about where it was last time we checked. It's 476 3/4, and that's a tick off the low. So we made a new low by just one tick, 4 3/4 cents lower. 476.5 is now last. That's on the lows. It's just trading heavy, folks. I don't know what else to tell you. This market's got a 7-cent range today, so that's not much. And we're 4 3/4 cents lower. Just trying to find our feet, aren't we? Well, boy. Let's move on to see what soybeans have in store for us. And they too are lower, 6 cents lower, but we're about 2 3/4 cents off the lows. 12.91 3/4 is last there. And we've had a decent range of about 18 cents. Boy, we were well above that $13 level earlier. 13.07 3/4 was last, but now we're well below it. 12.91 3/4, 6 cents lower on the day. That's beans. I'm moving over to see what Chicago wheat's got in store for us. Well, that D's contract right up front, 5.89 is last, and that's sharply unchanged. We don't have a lot going on there either. We do have a decent range on the day, I guess, of about 13 cents, but that's not that good for wheat. Now we're a little lower, one tick lower, 5.88 3/4. That's D wheat. So that market's pretty quiet too. That's Chicago wheat. Let's take a look and see what we've got going on in the Kansas City wheat. That's off by 2 1/4 cents, right? 7.12 1/4 is last in D's. That's 5 1/4 cents off the lows and about 9 cents off the highs. So that'll give you an idea that we've had about a 14-cent range over there today. 2 1/4 cents lower, 7.12 1/4 is last. Let's move over to see what we've got going on in Minneapolis. That's the spring wheat, half cent lower in that D's contract, 768.5 is last there, 2 cents from the lows, and about 9 cents from the highs. So we've had about an 11-cent range, basically, I guess we could say. So 768.5, a half cent lower on the day. That's spring wheat in Minneapolis, and that's D's. How about cotton? We'll take a look at that. That cotton market's up 16 points to 88.33, and that's just off the highs of about 50 cents, not quite. All right, let's bring in our next guest analyst. That would be Mr. Tommy Grisafi. He's with Advanced Trading. Tommy, thanks for being on. Any significant thoughts on the day here? I mean, it's been a kind of quiet one.
We had those Fed comments that snuck out, and I think that's not good, and it's really having an effect on the markets. I wish crude oil could talk to me and say, Tommy, I'm up 90 cents while the Dow's down 350 because, and I wish I knew that because it looks like a risk-off day across the world, across the markets, but not in crude oil. Something's brewing, brother, and the crude oil market's a big market. I guess I will ask you a question because you are Scott the Cow Guy. Where would corn be if crude oil was $60 per barrel instead of 92? Back to you.
I think we all know. I mean, there's been a big, obviously it's connection. We talked about it on my show yesterday, but the connection that obviously crude and ethanol have because they're energy products would say, you believe that crude if crude's trading 60, corn's going to be a lot lower as well. That's one of those headwinds. And it's one of those things, Tommy. I mean, you've also had the EPA come out and say that, ethanol is not as clean as we thought, maybe not any cleaner than gas or diesel, which I thought was kind of shocking because they're the ones behind the big move to ethanol 20 years ago. But I guess that's maybe par for the course when it comes to the EPA flip-flopping around. But there just seems to be, at every corner we turn, Tommy, a threat to the American farmer, whether it's beef, ethanol, whatever you have. It just seems like it's been a tough go.
Yeah, low prices bum people out. And I got to tell you, and I look right in the camera and say it to the whole American farmer public, anyone watching your show, the pump and dump services of just letting people think that markets will stay bullish forever. If you look at the history of corn, we overproduce it. But the we this time is South America. South America is, I don't want to curse on national TV, South America is kicking our butt. Brazil and Argentina are now exporting, growing, doing this way more with corn and beans. I hate to say this. It pains me to say this. America is now second place in more ways than just agriculture, my friend.
Oh, well, all right. We're going to hold that thought for a second here. While as painful as it may be, we're going to go away. We're going to pay some bills. We're going to come back and talk more with Tommy Grisafi about the livestock after this. All right, welcome back to Market Day Report. Let's talk about the livestock here for a second. We'll get to our guest analyst in a minute. Let's bring up that live cattle board in Chicago. I got that one preloaded because I'm just that type of guy. and it's not good. I guess I shouldn't have preloaded it. $1.97 lower to 185 even, 30 cents off the lows. That hurts. That's a toughie, right? That's over a $2 range. So that's, well, again, we're trading on the lows, trading heavy, $1.97 lower, October live cattle, 185 even. Ouch. I'm moving over to the feeders. What do we have happening there? A little bit more than what's been happening in the live cattle. Feeders are off $4.77. 254.05 is last there. We're what, 50 cents off the lows. I mean, oh my word. So that's 254.05 down $4.77. Look at the Nove right behind it, down 572. These are big numbers, folks. 256.97 is where we stand in the Nove. All right, moving. I want to get off that board. That one's pretty depressing. Let's see what lean hogs have got for us. We have October actually up a tick. There you go. 81.55 is last there. Deece down 40 cents, but that doesn't look anywhere near as bad as that live or that feeder cattle board. Let's bring back Tommy Grisafi for his thoughts on the machinations of the livestock market. Tommy, what are your thoughts when it comes to the cattle and hogs?
Well, one, that last word you said, I could not spell that, so I hope I don't enter the spelling bee, and I will be Googling what that means. But anyway, it's a bloodbath, and I said this on your show, so the recordings are there. You post them, we post them, whatever. I said, I wonder how bullish folks in the cattle industry will be when we go limit down. And I said, but wait, there's more. Limits are now expanded to like 600. So limit down's going to stink. Expanded limits is going to scare the heck out of cattle folks. You have to have a life jacket. You have to have enough boats to be able to put the people in when the ship goes down. And as the ship sinks, I hope everyone's got a life jacket and a boat. We've had plenty of time to sell, protect, and there's new insurance products that are out there that I'm sure you and other guests are very aware of. So they have choices. We've come up a long way. If you look at a chart, we're just starting to come down. If today's scaring you, go buy a little insurance, my friend. Back to you.
Well, I mean, you're just going to have to be more efficient. It doesn't matter if it's, livestock or grains. It's just that time. I mean, it's not going to be like it was the last 2 or 3 or 4 years. So we'll see. Appreciate you coming on. Thank you very much. Tommy Grisafi comes to us. He's with Advanced Trading in Valparaiso, Indiana. We'll bring it back here to Nashville, and I'll throw it back over to you.